Is your business's branding holding you back? Whether you need an updated logo, a user-friendly website, or standout print materials, Jamie K Creative can help you bring your brand to life. For projects, pricing, and more, visit jamiekcreative.com.
Welcome, welcome, roller derby fans. I am Huckleberry Jen, and I am joined by.
I am Belligerent Bex.
For this, I believe this is the third and fourth place game here for Contenders Cup 2026. We have Nashville Music City All-Stars facing off against the Texas Chainsaws. Texas Chainsaws will be in white today. I'm going to run through that roster with you. That's going to be 007, your captain, Hot Pepper. 111 Psycho Sam, 12 Milagritos, 1212 La Guerrera Loca, 19 Smart Alex, 2113 Delirium Trigger, 26 Tropical Mechanica, number 3 Speedo, 32 La Voodoo, 48 Spread Eagle, 512 Truck Stop Trixie, number 616 Scapegoat, number 82 Marisi Living, number 826 Metallica Breath, and number 99 Battlestar Galactica.
And in blue this afternoon, Nashville Roller Derby's Music City All-Stars 1031 Witches Brews, 143 Qzilla, 17 Legs McQueen, 1968 Wiley Coyote, 1976 Electric Boogaloo, 24 Brannon, 262 Chaos, 27 Jade Shark, 312 Clearly Dangerous, 329 Alita 1, 43 Rosie the Riveter, 56 Cherry Bomb, 67 Felony, 777 Your Captain Smash, and 79 Ripley.
And for our officials for this game, we will have Orville Rec, Sirius Sarah, Oranges, Javi, Eva Dead, RJ, Docta, Night Trotter, Parks, Margie Ram, Dr. Math, Guillotine Grace, I Shove Lucy, Fighting Girlfriend, F and Ref, and Andy O.
And hopefully those penalty box timers can get a little bit more of a break than they've been getting so far this weekend.
It has seemed to be a very penalty-heavy weekend, and I know a couple games I've called, it's been a forearm frenzy, if you will. Seems to be the tournament penalty on both sides, and here in NITEX in North Richland Hills, both Contenders Cup and Western Hemisphere Cup, forearms are the penalty of the weekend.
Certainly is, and so a little bit of history as we get ready for this game. This is hardware on the line. So the winner of this game will be awarded bronze medals in our medal ceremony at 6 p.m. Central this evening. Both of these teams, neither was given a bye the way they were seated in the bracket. So this is the fourth game for both teams. They played one on Friday and two yesterday. So no fresh legs to be found here. Nashville played Friday, beat Assassination City 224 to 131. Yesterday in the morning, no coast. They won 181 to 132, took their first loss of the weekend against Twin Valleys Roller Derby. 158 to 155. It was a
tight game.
Very close game. I think we ended up with 14 lead changes on that one. And that was decided in the last jam. So I'm sure they have a chip on their shoulder. Chainsaws, not dissimilar, played Friday against the Capital City. They won 324 to 47 on that one. Yesterday in the morning, Twister City, they won 214 to 158, and they took a last jam loss to River City 168 to 157. So follows then that the next game up at 4 o'clock Central will be our gold medal game between Twin Valleys and River City. So lots of great derby here to go. I'm excited. And these teams have not played each other in the past 2 years
I
at
was
least.
just about to ask. I don't think I've seen the Chainsaws up in Nashville and vice versa. So this should be really good. Both are very strong teams. And, I mean, we've seen it throughout the tournament again. And like you said, a little bit of a chip kind of on both shoulders here because it came down to the last jam in both of their last games. I know that the Texies had a little bit of jammer penalty trouble yesterday, or excuse me, the Chainsaws, during that game with, now I am spacing, River City. But I imagine things will have changed today, getting a little bit of rest, even though they haven't had much. Long, hard battle all the way up to this bronze medal game.
Fresher legs than yesterday with only one game.
Absolutely.
And Nashville, similarly, penalty-heavy team throughout the weekend. One thing I'll say to watch, having called two of their other games, is that Nashville, while penalty-heavy, and hopefully they'll get it under control today, have some of the most fun penalty strategy to watch. Really, really good penalty kills and even really interesting strategies to get defensive players out of the penalty box. So keep an eye out for that. We are also on chat, so don't forget to let us know what you think. Come say hi. And we're about ready to go here.
Yep, for this first jam, we're going to have Tropical Mechanica wearing the star for the Chainsaws up against Rosie the Riveter for Nashville Roller Derby here. And it will be Rosie out first with a quick lead jammer. Tropical Mechanica not far behind, however, completing an initial pass.
And our first penalty on the track.
That goes to La Voodoo. a very effective offensive blocker, but sometimes that means you get in trouble a little bit.
And Chainsaw's just a moment too late on that beautiful apex jump. That's going to be a 3-0 first blood drawn in favor of the Music City All-Stars.
All right, so as we get ready for this next jam, jam number 2, we're going to have a slight pack advantage here for the Music City All-Stars as Felony takes the line as the jammer, Speedo jamming for the Chainsaws. Both jammers now in the pack. Big, quick hits there. Felony driving forward, picking up that lead jammer as a very fast star pass there. Barely even noticed it to Delirium trigger the pivot for the Chainsaws, who is now the Chainsaws jammer.
And I'm giving style points there for the getting out of the pack backwards.
Absolutely. We did lose a blocker from Music City to the box, and we still have a blocker from the Chainsaws in the box. So as we move into this next jam, no pack advantage, but a couple less blockers for our jammers to work against.
Ooh, we got a little jammer high five.
Love
Fist
to
bump, I
see
think
it.
it was.
Between Brandon for Music City All-Stars and Spread Eagle for the, no, that's going to be Truck Stop Trixie for the Chainsaws. Pardon me. Spread Eagle is your pivot. Both jammers here working their way through these walls, getting a little jammer defense there from Brandon before Brandon takes off, picking up lead jammer.
So lead all around for Nashville so far this game, but both jammers have been able to get out of the pack quickly. So we've had 3 short jams in a row. I think that's a 2 up in the sky. Yes, it is for Nashville. So 9-0 headed into jam 4.
Jam 4, and we're only 3 minutes into this, not even a full 3 minutes into this game here. So again, just to echo what Beck said, very quick, fast jams because our jammers are getting out very quickly and together. On the line for the Chainsaws, we have Scapegoat facing off against Ripley for Music City All-Stars.
Pivot line start there.
Both jammers hitting the pack. Scapegoat pushing that forward after getting a little bit of offensive help there from their pivot. Scapegoat, the lead jammer. First lead jam for the Texas Chainsaws this game. Whoa, beautiful toe stop run there from Ripley, kind of just trotting along the outside line in that apex as Scapegoat starts scoring points.
Ripley, I'm sure, glad to get out of the pack because clearly dangerous. The pivot headed to the penalty box on a forearm.
Oof.
So there it is.
Oops, sorry. Chainsaws were able to pick up all 4 points there with Scapegoat, so perfect way to get your first lead jam of the game, get your lead jam, get all your points, clear your box, and start the next one.
5-point spread here early in the game.
Milagritos wearing the star for the Chainsaws, facing off against Rosie the Riveter. Rosie giving a little bit of a defensive bump there to Milagritos before engaging with the Chainsaws tripod. Beautiful whip from number 777, Smash, allowing Rosie the Riveter to get out and get lead.
Smash not only the captain, but also here in our vendor village making custom scrimmage shirts and armbands.
Oh, love that. A little extra double duty this weekend as Rosie the Riveter puts 4 points on the board. Milagritos still looking for some space here and trying to pass the star here to Spread Eagle. Oh, almost made it. Kind of got caught up there on number 111. That is Psycho Sam from the Chainsaws as Rosie the Riveter re-engages just as Milagritos escapes the pack, forcing that call off. All right, so we're going to have all our blockers. It's been a minute since we've had all our blockers at the start of a jam here.
Let's see if it stays that way or if they've been cursed.
I know, I probably just cursed them. I did one of the skaters dirty earlier this weekend. I'm buying her a drink later to make up for it. Tropical Mechanica wearing the star for the Chainsaws, facing off against Felony for Music City All-Stars. Felony pushing this pack forward, getting a little offensive help. And out with lead jammer as Tropical Mechanica starts looking for offensive help here as her blockers come back. Oh, easy outside line slide there by Felony.
We have a star pass that's going to go to Delirium Trigger of the Chainsaws, who's about a half track behind here.
Tropical Mechanica putting on some blocking chops there to slow down the jammer from Music City, making another pass seem a little less appetizing, if you will.
8-0 jam there for Nashville, taking a 21-point lead, but it is very early, only about 5.5 minutes off of the period clock.
Absolutely. I would say these teams are still kind of getting the feel for each other. And right now, Nashville has the upper hand, but that's very easily changed. Though Nashville is having a pack advantage here as La Guerra Loca is in the box. And Brannon able to take advantage of that very quickly, picking up lead jammer for the Music City All-Stars. That is Speedo with the star in hand for the Chainsaws, working on their initial pass here, getting a little bit of offensive help from their pivot, Spread Eagle. Able to sneak through the middle there just as Brannon comes back in for a second scoring pass.
For 8-0 jam, and we do have a team timeout being called by Texas Chainsaws here.
Who could this team timeout be brought to us by today?
I think we should give a shout out to GSJJ because they provided the medals for our tournament winners, meaning a bronze medal for one of these teams. You can visit GSJJ, that's gs-jj.com, to customize your custom pins, coins, medals, patches, keychains, lanyards, and more. And we also got some announcer medals.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I have mine. I was like, we do? Found it.
They say goat, and they have a goat on them, and the goat's wearing a crown and sunglasses.
All I can think about is Dungeon Crawler Carl and Prepotente, and I'm doing my best not to scream into the mic like that character does. So don't worry, everyone's ears at home are safe. For the moment. Truck Stop Trixie on the line here, jamming for the Chainsaws, facing off against Legs McQueen. First time we've seen Legs on the line this game as a jammer. I didn't quite catch if he has been in as a blocker yet, but he is definitely on now as the jammer for Music City All-Stars.
I think it's his first time out. Legs, super fun jammer to watch in terms of style points, and there you go right there.
Big
Both
steps.
Jammers out.
But lead is Truck Stop Trixie for the Chainsaws. Legs McQueen living up to his name, truly just putting on the gas, big giant strides coming through, forcing that call off from Truck Stop.
Pack was racing there.
Thought we were at the USARS tournament for a minute.
Double donuts. Lead out of the timeout there for the Chainsaws. Gonna go ahead and guess they would like to do that again.
And let's see, Scapegoat is on the line for the Chainsaws. They picked up the first lead for the for the Chainsaws.
And that's Rosie the Riveter. Those are from some sick shorts. Blue Flame situation.
Oh yeah, those are great.
Ooh. Oh, nice.
Big hit out there by number 82. That is, 826, excuse me. That was Metallica Breath. Scapegoat out completing their initial pass as Rosie the Riveter comes in for a scoring pass, dipping around Metallica Breath on that outside line, putting up a quick 4 points as Scapegoat hits the wall. Great offense from their team as they're able to slip through, putting up 4 points of their own. Great slide through there by Rosie the Riveter, putting 4 points on the board. Scapegoat also able to just kind of cruise through. If you haven't noticed, there's a little bit of a party in the box happening from Music City right now. 3 blockers now, 2 blockers. Hanging out. I am convinced that, and you know what? The doctor is down there, so I know there's cookies in that penalty box.
I would want to go there too.
Absolutely.
And if I'm not mistaken, Friday was the doctor's 17th Derby anniversary.
Yeah. 17 years of the Doctor working both as a skating official, non-skating official, and a coach throughout roller derby, I believe.
And I think, if I'm not making this up, yes, tournament head NSO.
Yes, absolutely. What a great time to be tournament head NSO and have your 17th anniversary. So that was 16 points went up for Music City All-Stars in that jam. And then we had 11 points by Scapegoat for the Chainsaws.
So big high-scoring jam there. And speaking of a great time to be a THNSO, It's been a great weekend in general. Today we've had the past couple games super close where I've walked in and looked and the game was tied. Of course, yesterday, the 2 semifinal games, super close, like we said, decided in the last jam, but almost the entire rest of the day similarly close. So really exciting to get a WFTDA tournament at this level again.
Absolutely. I love seeing D2 teams take and show us what Derby is looking like and how evenly matched they are. I think oftentimes we see these teams play much higher teams and we're like, but we want to watch how well they do together. So we have Milagritos wearing the star for the Chainsaws, facing off against Felony from Music City All-Stars. Both jammers still having a little bit of trouble in the pack here as we approach the pivot line. Milagritos pushing out first. However, a quick juke from Felony led to lead jammer going to the Music City All-Stars as we lose a blocker from the Chainsaws to the box.
And Qzilla there with that last second hit. Ooh!
Beautiful kind of duck and dive through there by Felony, putting a quick 4 points up for Music City All-Stars. We have and again, with a little apex jump to make it work. We have had a star pass to Spread Eagle, now the jammer for the Chainsaws. While we had Nashville having a little bit of a party in the penalty box, it seems that Texas wanted their turn, so we have 2 blockers from Texas in the box, currently giving a pack advantage going into jam number 11 for Music City All-Stars.
So already, sometimes the penalty tracker on the new software has been slightly off, so don't quote me on this, but we're looking at a 6 for Music City All-Stars and perhaps 5 for Texas. I apologize. I hope that replay was fun. I was checking out the penalty count.
Just had to look. As we were chatting, Brandon snuck out, got lead jammer for Music City All-Stars. Tropical Mechanica, the jammer for the Chainsaws, able to kind of scoot around, shaking off that last hit by the pivot from Nashville, but picking up a forearm for her trouble, giving a power jam to Brannon, who chose to call off that jam.
So that one went donuts? No. That one went 3-0 in favor of Nashville. No donuts, and they're choosing to take the power start here.
Quick announcement for those of you watching at home that may have been coming into the venue or have friends who are buying tickets for you. 5 minutes towards the end of this half, there will be no more raffle ticket sales, so make sure you get your raffle tickets immediately.
Ooh, quick lead there for Ripley on the power start. Nashville coming out pretty dominant so far, but just less than 19 minutes left in the half.
Big hit there by Spread Eagle, recycling Ripley to the back, but we're seeing some great offensive work from Nashville here, trying to open up lanes, but Spread Eagle doing her best to prevent that from happening. Tropical Mechanica is back on the track, star in hand, jamming for the Chainsaws. Huge hit there from Tropical Mechanica.
Clean
now
and spinning through the first turn.
Gorgeous hit. Forcing that call off as Nashville is trying to preserve points, it appears. And honestly, given Tropical Mechanica's performance in her games yesterday, I would probably call it 2. She was a very high point scorer, I think the highest point scorer for the Chainsaws, at least in their second game yesterday.
And I do think, so we have the announcing team has been picking MVPs for every game. And Trippy did get our choice for MVJ for that game against River City, that last game yesterday.
Absolutely deserved. If I'm not mistaken, I believe she had a 28-point jam. Ooh. But the current jammer and lead jammer for the Chainsaws is Truck Stop Trixie. However, Rosie the Riveter is hot on her heels.
And Texas, obviously, with a pretty big fan contingent here, since we are in Texas, and you can hear them making some noise.
Looks like we have lost 2 chainsaw blockers to the box here. But Truck Stop Trixie going to go ahead and call that off to try and preserve points. And we're going to see 3 points go up for Truck Stop Trixie. No points for Nashville, bringing our score 66 Music City All-Stars, 17 Chainsaws.
I've found watching the stream, can't always, you can usually hear house, you can't always hear the crowd, but we do have some Texas, kill going on. Ooh, another pivot start.
Ooh, do like the Speedo wearing the star for the Chainsaws up against Felony. Felony bursting through those seams, picking up lead jammer for Music City. Speedo quickly passing that star to Spread Eagle. Spread Eagle taking a lot of passes today and very quick and fast, but not as fast as that apex jump.
That was a massive apex jump too. Nashville just rolling right now, able to grab lead, but like I said, they've actually, compared to the games I've watched, they're learning their lessons from the penalties in prior games, it seems so far. I mean, we have a penalty high game, but
knocking on wood. We'll be okay. They'll be okay.
I listened to a game earlier when I was taking a break where at the end of it, I think there were 6 skaters with 6 penalties.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a rough one. Out with lead jammer is Brannon, Scapegoat wearing the star for the Texas Chainsaws. Still working through this Music City All-Stars pack as Brannon is able to put 4 points on the board. Huge hit out there as Scapegoat is able to complete their initial pass just as Brannon comes back into the pack, getting caught up a little bit on their own blocker there.
Brennan, 1 foot around the OPR there.
She said, don't worry, I'm not going to hit you.
Sorry. Looks like we got legs jamming up against truck stop Trixie.
I think that's actually Tropy.
It is Tropy. If you're just joining us, we have Nashville in the blue and Chainsaws in the white.
Woo! Now there's a Tropical Mechanica that we are used to seeing
that was
with
a classic. Whoa, legs had some crazy spin moves there, but
oh my gosh, trying really hard. Nice to spin out of that hit, but Tropy using that distraction to jump the apex.
That was hot pepper with that hit earlier. That was
absolutely. Legs McQueen reporting to the box. So this is really the Chainsaws moment to try and close this point differential here with Tropy having lead jammer and a power jam.
And like I said, Nashville excels at penalty kills. So Tropy here is saying, can I get a little help?
Just a little, please. Just get him moving. There we go. Tropy out, putting up 4 points on the board. For 12 points so far in this jam, I believe, unless, nope, that 8 went up really quickly. So 8 points in this jam. And Tropy calling off that jam with a few, it looks like some time left. So Legs McQueen is going to start in the box as the jammer for Music City All-Stars. Giving a power start here, and this time that is Truck Stop Trixie.
And that was on the replay there, that hit from the Texas blocker on legs after that. And
yeah.
Beautiful apex jump. This broadcast is so fantastic. We do have a team timeout here being called by Nashville, so each team has used their first team timeout. And we want to thank WFTDI, of course, a proud sponsor of Contenders Cup and a proud supporter of Fearlessness, as the insurance provider of skater, league, and event insurance for the WFTDA, MRDA, and JRDA. Be sure to renew or sign up for insurance today at WFTDI.com. Don't be like me and make some league person have to send you a bunch of emails. Sorry.
I'm that person in my league who sends the emails.
I'm sorry. There's 2 kinds of people. It's the people who receive the emails and the people who send the emails.
Yeah. Luckily, I only handle our MRDA contingent versus the rest of our WFTDA contingent, which is much larger.
That would be so many emails.
Oh, too many.
But that's why we're here now telling you about WFTDI, so that
you
you
forget.
save someone an email.
All right, Truck Stop Trixie starting off with a quick power jam start here, out able to capitalize upon it, picking up a lead jammer. Legs McQueen, he is now out of the box, star in hand.
A little shimmy juke.
Oh, almost there. Truck Stop Trixie spinning around that hit, but getting reabsorbed by the Music City All-Stars blockers. However, able to slip out with a little help from her friends putting 4 points on the board and calling that jam.
And the skater who hit Truck Stop Trixie out had gone out as well, and Truck Stop Trixie managed to get her hips in between that skater who went out and the skater trying to draw her back in the 1 inch between them. Just really impressive.
Perfect awareness and quick footwork.
Control over the body, track awareness. This is D2 tournament, but that doesn't say anything about the gameplay.
Absolutely. Rosie the Riveter wearing the star here for Music City All-Stars up against Mila Gritos for the Chainsaws, and it will be Rosie the Riveter out with lead jammer.
Rosie definitely having a great game so far.
I think Rosie has only lost lead once in their time wearing the star this game. Yes.
Shout out Thin Mint for our new technology.
Provides all our information right here in our faces, and somehow I will still mess it up, but we love having it here and it's so helpful. Both jammers out now on scoring passes, so we have 8 points on the board for Music City All-Stars, 4 points on the board for the Chainsaws. Blocker in the box for Music City right now.
Oh, so is that one even?
Waiting to see. Oh, it is. So that's going to be a nil jammer, an 8-8 jam there. Mila Gritos able to hop that apex.
It looked like Rosie there trying to burn some time to get Qzilla out of the penalty box, but
Just a little too long, but didn't expect that flying leap from the Chainsaws jammer.
could have kept it going. Instead, Mila Gritos is on a roll here.
On the line, we have Scapegoat wearing the star for the Texas Chainsaws up against Felony. Scapegoat pushing the pack up for the front into turn 2 here. Great duo blocking from these Music City blockers. And that blocking paid off as Felony is out with lead jammer. Scrape being recycled back into the top of the apex at turn 2. Oh, skating through backwards with a spin for Felony, putting 4 points on the board as Scapegoat completes their initial pass.
Someone getting sent to the box. I think that's going to be Marizi Livin for a direction of gameplay.
So going into jam number 20, we will have 2 Texas blockers in the box, none for Nashville. So we're going to have quite a pack advantage for the Music City All-Stars going into this next jam.
So Chainsaw's got to get these penalties under control here. But again, only 2/3 of the first half. Ticking down here.
Tropical Mechanica wearing the star for Chainsaws up against Brandon. But Brandon out first, really jumping through that hit.
Quick star pass, immediate star pass there to Spread Eagle. Spread Eagles, I think, I'm going to say.
I feel it.
Never mind.
Okay. I bet her foot went out right before her hips passed. That was close, though. I thought for sure she was getting one. We still have a blocker in the box here for Texas. So, again, small pack advantage, short time pack advantage here for Music City All-Stars with Ripley wearing the star for Music City in the blue. Truck Stop Trixie wearing the star for the Chainsaws in white.
I have to say, these two teams played 3 games prior to today, but you really can't tell, especially these jammers just have fresh feet, and here they both go.
Absolutely. Both out at the same time, though lead does go to Ripley.
Ripley taking instruction from the bench here. Nobody in the box, but I'm guessing with this lead that they have, trying to get as much time off the clock as they can. Oh, jammer high five.
Love when that's how the jammer race ends.
Me too. Ooh, and Nashville inching closer to a bucket here, 97-40.
Just a breath away. See Speedo taking the line here for the Chainsaws and Rosie the Riveter for Music City. Rosie the Riveter still a dominating force in the jammer rotation for Music City All-Stars right now. Again, I believe she's only lost lead jammer status once, so Speedo probably working extra hard here to try and make that twice. Both jammers caught up in a scrum just bodies upon bodies as they're trying to find any space they can to get through these packs. This is some great defensive work right now.
I don't think we've seen a pack this locked down in a while. It feels like it's been a jammer game.
Absolutely. I feel like yeah, exactly what you said. Speedo out almost to the top into the apex, which is as a jammer where you want to be. Quick hop. Lead goes to Speedo.
Ooh, but we have a star pass.
Very fast star pass there to Clearly Dangerous.
I think that star pass happened before
lead was
fully
established.
I've seen that happen a lot to the detriment of the jammers, but that time executed perfectly.
Absolutely, because sometimes, like if they're both stuck, pass and see what happens. Because
Yeah.
if you get out first, they're going to call it if they get out, and if not, you get points.
And both these teams' pivots have been really impressive throughout the weekend.
Absolutely, taking tons of passes, and when they're not taking passes, doing some incredible offense.
1-0 jam. That's how you chip.
Absolutely. Tropico Mechanica wearing the star for the Chainsaws up against Brandon. We've seen this matchup a couple times.
What? How did Tropi just stay in bounds? That was crazy.
That was incredible. Tropi not lead jammer. Lead jammer was assessed to Brandon, but both jammers out and racing around the pack. We do have a Nashville blocker in the box, though.
And a racing pack once again. We just had a few moments there of that slow pack last jam, but now we're back running.
Texas trying to give Tropi a chance to catch up, but that floor is fast.
Absolutely.
So we're going to see 2 points go up on the board for Music City. No points for Chainsaws, but again, forcing that call off, and Music City still has to start this next jam, a blocker down, giving a pack advantage to the Chainsaws. Truck Stop Trixie wearing the star for the Chainsaws, and Felony for Music City All-Stars. 1 point away from a bucket for Music City.
Having to work for it, and Truck Stop Trixie, whoa, goes to double check. Are these in bounds? They
I
were.
liked that pause, look down, be like, oh yeah, I'm good.
You're better on the track than off.
Absolutely. Big hit out there by Spread Eagle, however, not quite enough to drive Felony out. Truck Stop Trixie being recycled to the pivot line here on a scoring pass.
Oh, good last minute attempt there, but I don't think that was in time, but we will see.
We're going to see 3 points go up for Truck Stop Trixie and no points for Music City All-Stars.
Still stuck at one less than a bucket. I was saying this morning with Luce. One less than a bucket sounds like one crayon short of a box. Next time,
it does a little.
I'm talking about my dumb cat. I'm going to be like, she's one short of a bucket.
Absolutely. Scapegoat with the star for the Chainsaws here up against Legs McQueen. Legs McQueen hitting with a force as he comes into the pack, but getting stuck on his own blocker and picking up a penalty. So power jam for Scapegoat and the Texas Chainsaws. However, Scapegoat also going to the box now.
That's going to be barely a switcheroo. We're going to get about, 2 seconds of butt time apiece here.
So we saw there is Leg McQueen's got a back block. Scapegoat received a forearm call. Neither jammer seems particularly convinced that those things occurred, but they still went to the box like you're supposed to.
Conga line. Oh, it's over. That was fun. We had a conga line pack for a moment there. Also, both those penalties happened just a few seconds into the jam, so this 2 minutes will be a long 2 minutes. Oh!
Beautiful run back from the pivot from Texas. Delirium Trigger saw that moment as that pack was moving so fast and went, wait, I can go back and he won't notice. And he was right, or she was right. He is in the box with that track cut. Scapegoat now uncontested again on the track.
Legs, I think, at 3 now.
I believe you are correct. Hearing some penalties being called here. We're going to lose someone to the box for a forearm. It does look like it's Metallica Breath from the Chainsaws. Scrape with 4 points on the board so far.
Legs back on the track.
Chainsaws trying to keep Legs in place, though he is, gonna pick up a forearm for his trouble. So that's 3 penalties on a single jam here for Legs McQueen. Scapegoat continuing a power jam here. However, no lead can be called. Both jammers have had penalties, so we're gonna run this for the next 12 seconds.
And that means also that we will have a power start for the Chainsaws in the next jam. I think this clock's going to wind down before Scapegoat has a chance to hit the pack again.
Yep, I agree.
Just want to give a little love to the chat here. Beautiful OPR leapfrog / waterfall. I don't always cheer, but when I do, it's for excellent OPR positioning.
I love that.
We have an official review.
This official review is brought to us by Urban Apothecary. Urban Apothecary has gummies and muscle rubs for all your post and pre-game needs. Gummies for focus, gummies for relaxation, for recovery, bath bombs, muscle bombs, and more. You can find their, you can find their stuff here in-house in Vendor Village over at Roll On Fitness, or you can find them online at urbanapothecary.shop. They are a skater-owned and operated brand.
I want to announce to those of you watching at home, Huck doesn't have the ad reads out. That was straight off the dome. That is so impressive.
Thank you.
I got some of that. They're challenging, Nashville is challenging, I think, the low block call. We'll hear when we get that, not Nashville, Texas is challenging the low block call on their jammer in the last jam. We'll figure out, we have a walkie up here. And
we're getting information from our house. It's just taking a second because it's got to be relayed to them and then relayed to us. But the wonderful P. Armageddon is heading to the middle of the track to get the rest of this information for us. So it's an interesting choice. I'm not saying it's a bad choice at all, but to call for an official review on a jammer penalty that has already passed. So I wonder if they're trying to either get in if that low block maybe occurred from the other jammer or from a particularly devastating blocker.
I have never seen PR saunter so he's usually got a nice clip when he's going into the middle.
I got time. I'm
going to tell him. Wait, the people at home wanted to see your little jog. And the people up here.
Yeah. Hustle needs the chest. Chainsaw's being coached by.
No call stands.
All right, that no call will stand. For those at home, or maybe those who don't know, Doc Lawless is one of the coaches for the Chainsaws. She is also a really well-known and very smart ref. So she knows the verbiage to get it there. But even with the refs that we have, we only have eyes in so many places. And then also assessing impact. It depends on where your line of sight is and how that hit happens. So Tropico Mecanica will have a power start here for the Chainsaws.
14 seconds and ticking down on Legs McQueen's time in the penalty box, and there goes Tropy with the lead just a few seconds into this jam. So we're starting to see the Chainsaws put it all together, and is it a forearm?
Tropy is going to get a forearm, but I think if she wasn't going to get a forearm, it was about to be a cut.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But one happened first. So Legs McQueen is back on the track. He's trying to work his way through the pack here. Texas really sitting low to try to contain him, but I believe a star has been passed. Yes, the pivot, Rosie the Riveter is now your jammer. Excellent utilization of the jammer in a pivot roll.
And also excellent penalty kill in action here, and I do not know what whistle I just heard. Oh, that's going to go to CLD.
All right, Tropy is back on the track as Rosie the Riveter puts up 4 pivot points here for Music City.
There's our first bucket.
Oh, Tropy with a nice little hop around the apex, hopping around Legs McQueen there to put 4 points up of her own.
Definitely solid to have Legs passing that star with Legs being such an excellent jammer, also with 4 penalties in the first half. And I think Rosie's been clean.
Yes, knocking on this wood right here.
I'm sorry.
No. Tropy out with 4 more points right now. So Texas able to kind of recover a little bit from this early power start. 4 points ahead currently. The penalty they got after the power start.
I swear, no, I think I saw Rosie trying to call it a minute ago, which makes sense. You're
so
used to being a lead jammer.
Tropy putting 12 points on the board before that jam comes to a close.
Oh, no. Legs.
In the boxes of blocker, so that's 5.
I think so.
Codes. Out on the line here, we have Truck Stop Trixie wearing the star, picking up a quick lead jammer as Brandon is going to the box. This is 3 power jams in a row for the Chainsaws. So technically, they gave up a power jam in that last jam. Truck Stop Trixie quickly cutting through that pack. We also have 2 Nashville blockers in the box here, giving Truck Stop more space to work with and less for her blockers to do.
The period clock has run out here, so Truck Stop Trixie in full control of this first half. All of the Nashville skaters back on the track.
But now the Texas skaters are in the box.
By all of the Nashville skaters I, of course, met, not Brandon. Oh!
Truck Stop Trixie said her blockers looked a little lonely and headed to the box as well. I believe she picked up a forearm call there at the end of that interaction.
So we're trading power jams.
Yep, Brandon back on the track.
And I had said that Truck Stop Trixie had control of the half. Now only the jam timer does.
Absolutely. Beautiful work there by Metallica Breath, able to recycle Brandon a couple times before Brandon is able to get 4 points on the board. So really good job by the Texies there, or by the Chainsaws there, kind of holding that jammer back throughout most of that power jam.
Oh, wow. Out of the pack on 1 skate backwards is Brandon for 4. It's going to be a high-scoring jam. We still have 23 seconds, and there goes Truck Stop Trixie, also with a clean 4.
So right now, Brandon is about half a lap behind Truck Stop Trixie here, both with 12 points currently on the board. Truck Stop has some in the pocket right now as Brandon comes into the pack on a 4th scoring pass as well.
This one's going to come to an end here. High-scoring jam to end the first half. Both of these teams, I think, happy it's halftime. I think everyone needs to take a deep breath. Maybe talk about playing a little bit cleaner in the second half.
Absolutely, because we had 3 straight 2-minute jams there at the end of the half. I'm sure everyone needs a little bit of space, a little bit of water, time to shake it off as we get ready to go into the second half of this game. So I'm Huckleberry Jen.
I am Belligerent Bex.
And we will be back in about 10 minutes.
Is your business's branding holding you back? Whether you need an updated logo, a user-friendly website, or standout print materials, Jamie K Creative can help you bring your brand to life. For projects, pricing, and more, visit jamiekcreative.com.
4 minutes away for the second half of this game. Nashville Music City All-Stars with 120 points on the board. 81 for the Texas Rollergirls Chainsaws. Seeing a bit of a point spread here. We have 39, but it's kind of going back and forth. Chainsaws really starting to capitalize on what we've seen as a couple power jams from Music City All-Stars. Also, I forgot to say who I am. If you're just joining, I'm Huckleberry Jen.
I am Belligerent Bex.
And I believe Bex has some facts for us, both fun facts and maybe some stats about what we saw in the first half here.
So the fun fact here is that these are two teams from the capitals of their state playing each other. I started tracking this when I was watching Capital City play at one point. And of our, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 teams on this side of the building for Contenders Cup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them are from the capital of their state, and that includes Mexico City being the capital of Mexico.
A little bit of a battle of a state wars, if you will.
Yeah. And there's some on the other side, too, with the
absolutely.
Weehee. So that's the fun fact. If anybody wants to play state capital trivia, I'm always game. But the less fun fact, we can talk about penalties.
Absolutely. So we have 16 total penalties here for the Chainsaws and 19 for Music City All-Stars, 5 of which have gone to a jammer from Music City All-Stars who's in a little bit of trouble right now due to those 5 penalties. And giving up those power jams is how the Chainsaws have started to close in on this lead. We've seen a few power jams not in favor of the Chainsaws here, but clearly not as many as we're having on the other side. That being said, that jammer who is at 5 penalties, I believe 2 came to them as, or at least 1 came to them, came to him as a blocker. Yeah, he picked up 1.
There was the 1 jam with 3 jammer penalties, and then 1 with 1. So that's certainly going to be an element of this game. 19 penalties for Nashville, 16 for Texas. So close there, but a lot of derby left to play. Both of these teams playing their 4th game of the weekend.
So it's not really much of a surprise to see some penalties starting to creep up there. Now, overall, most folks aren't in penalty trouble. We see, again, we have the one skater has 5, but most have 3 or less. And even on the Music City All-Star side, most have none. On the Texas side, we have 2 with 3, a couple with 2, a couple with 1s. And as the theme of the weekend has continued, we are seeing forearms being called all over the place. So penalty of the weekend on this side of the building here at Contenders Cup will be forearms. I'm pretty confident in saying that misconduct tabletop might be the call with forearms on the MRDA side happening right now for Western Hemisphere Cup.
And we're seeing, I think, second to that probably direction of gameplay.
Yes, absolutely.
But forearm heavy here on the whistles. So as a reminder, the winner of this game gets to take home some hardware. This is the bronze medal game. Both of these teams could have been in the gold medal game, both losing their games last night on Last Jam. So really, really hard-fought games already. I am sure they both want it, especially coming off of those devastating losses, but really, really impressive games yesterday.
Amazing gameplay to watch.
I really recommend going back to watch those, both in double-digit lead changes, multiple tied scores between jams, and make sure you bring your beverage, because if you're playing the announcer take a sip game,
you'll be very well hydrated.
Indeed. So, getting ready here.
We have
there we go.
Yeah, there's that rolling whistle as we have Tropico Mecanica wearing the star for the Chainsaws up against Rosie the Riveter. Both very high point scoring jammers here as we go into the second half of this medal game.
We are off here, and it does look like the blockers taking advantage of that long intermission to kind of slow down. We had some really, really fast leads in the first half.
Beautiful hit out there by that Texas blocker. I will give you kudos once I can see your name, but run back there for Rosie the Riveter. Tropico Mecanica starting to push up the pack. However, Rosie the Riveter is behind her. We are going to see a forearm assessed. Not quite. Oh, to Rosie the Riveter. So Power jam for Tropi with 1 to beat at the top of the pack here, but a no pass earned. So this will be a 2-minute jam. 20 seconds of that left. A power jam for Tropico Mechanica and the Chainsaws.
And that was Delirium Trigger, by the way, with that hit earlier that had slowed down Rosie a little bit, not permanently, but
Just
doesn't matter
enough.
now. Minute left here in this jam with Rosie standing and Tropy able to take the inside there for 4. Nashville trying to play some O here while Tropy makes the lap.
We are going to see a hitting a down skater call on Rosie the Riveter. So Rosie returning to the box as Tropy puts 4 more points on the board.
So those Nashville jammer penalties stacking up. That's kind of started in the last 3 or 4 jams of the first half, and the trend continues here in the first jam.
Beautiful offense by Spread Eagle there, kind of peeling off one of those blockers. But number 1968, which is Wiley Coyote, was able to run Tropico Mechanica back to the pivot line.
I think that might have been, I think it was both of them, Electric Boogaloo on that. Whoa! That was a nice little bit of balance by a blocker. Oh, but Wiley Coyote headed to the penalty box, so.
It was still pretty.
It was still pretty.
That power jam did come to a close. Starting from the last half, this is our 4th straight 2-minute jam in a row. So that means the last 2 from the first half were 2-minute jams, and the first 2 in this, oh, I'm sorry, this is only the first jam.
This is the first jam. We're at a 28-point spread also, which is huge gap decrease there. I think, yeah, from the Chainsaws, which is exactly what they're going to want in this half as Truck Stop Trixie wears the star for the Chainsaws. And we haven't seen any huge multi-pass jams for one team. We had a couple where we had really high-scoring jams on both sides.
Absolutely.
That ended up being a wash or a couple-point spread.
Yeah, no really big runaways with it, if you will. Both teams here losing blockers to the box. Oh, and Truck Stop Trixie heading to the box now. We still don't have a lead jammer, so Felony can still pick up a lead for Nashville here. Almost and out, so lead jammer will go to Felony. Truck Stop Trixie was reported to the box for a track cut, now that I have the information.
Got in the chat here, Boogie and Wiley is such a brutal tag team, truly. It's been a pleasure watching them all weekend.
Looks like we're going to lose another Texas blocker to the box here as for a forearm as Lavudu returns to the track, so still 3 blockers. Nashville now coming up to 4 blockers as, ooh, big jump there. We are going to see a hitting out of play, though, because Spread Eagle did cross into that center to make that hit. Felony with 8 points on the board so far. Truck Stop Trixie, I believe, still making her initial pass here.
Taking that helmet cover off, but there is...
Decided we're going to do a little blocking.
Yeah. We still have Spread Eagle sitting about half that. Nope, 10 seconds left.
That was some great work there by Truck Stop Trixie coming back, helping her team bridge back, and then also following through Felony there. She wasn't able to pick up any points, but she was able to get out of the pack. Felony able to put 12 points on the board.
And this is something I've noticed actually with both of these teams. And I said it kind of at the beginning of the game. The way that Nashville manages penalties is really interesting. And now I'm seeing Texas do the same thing. Really, really high level strategy from both of these teams. It's a pleasure to watch.
Absolutely. We have Scrape go with the Chainsaws and out with lead jammer for the Chainsaws. Brannon wearing the star for Music City All-Stars, 2 to beat. Able to get through completing an initial pass as Scapegoat comes around on a scoring pass. Scrape getting some offensive help there, but taking a big hit from number 1976. That is Electric Boogaloo. I'm hearing a forearm call being given out to Metallica Breast, so we have 2 Texas blockers in the box as that jam comes to a close. one Nashville blocker in the box as well.
That one ends up going 7-4 in favor of Nashville.
It's one of the worries or concerns when you go to try to keep the jam going in order to clear the box for your blockers is sometimes you end up getting past and losing the jam overall, even if you're getting more bodies back on the track. Tropico Mecanica wearing the star for the Chainsaws, as we have Ripley with the star for Music City All-Stars. Ripley being recycled back there by La Voodoo, and it'll be Tropi out first with lead jammer.
But here comes Ripley, quarter track behind or so.
Seeing these packs speed up a little bit here.
It's been speedy packs across every game. Oh,
Huge jump by Tropi, picking up 4 points, but Ripley was able to slide through as well. For a second, I thought the blockers from Nashville were going to catch Tropi.
Oh.
Big hit by La Voodoo, but La Voodoo picking up a forearm call for that hit as Tropi goes through for 4 more points.
And so does Ripley.
It's right now an 8-8 jam.
And now we have, I think that's CLD headed to the penalty box.
So blocker from both teams in the box right now. We'll see what Tropi, Tropi does decide to call it. We will see a hit at that jam. I see our jam ref conferring with the OPRs to ask, hey, was that side or was that a back block? And it looks like they're going to determine that it was a side hit upon that blocker.
Replay here on.
Oh, that was Tropi's apex jump.
And
excellent.
cleanly landing despite making contact with the opposing blocker.
She landed it
Clean.
first. Absolutely.
And legal target zone on that contact.
Sorry, I was laughing. Doc Lawless sprinting to her team's bench as we have Rosie the Riveter with the star and with lead jammer for Music City All-Stars, but truck stop Trixie not far behind. Hearing some whistles go here, so we're going to lose someone to the box. Not quite sure who. Still not quite sure who, actually. Maybe that penalty was rescinded.
We have another jam here with both jammers just out and put it. Is it going to be? Yeah. Just pass for pass.
So at this point, one of these teams needs to decide to, or try to, it's not decide to, I'm sure they're deciding to already, but focus on getting that containment, because the jammers are able to get out, but when they're both able to get out, you're not helping any situation, you're not changing the point spread. So that's exactly what Nashville wants, but the Texies need to figure out some sort of strategy to be able to hold that Nashville jammer.
Interesting kind of middle of the straightaway start there.
Yeah. Speedo wearing the star here for the Chainsaws. Felony for Music City All-Stars. Ooh.
It looks like the blockers here figuring it out again.
Yep, now we're seeing that slow derby, kind of both jammers really absorbed. We're seeing some heavy offense being played by number 143, that's Qzilla for Music City, trying to get Felony out.
Yay, that was so fun. Oh, I want the replay on that.
Oh, that was gorgeous.
The beautiful spinning assist on the outside of turn 1. That was delightful. And we have a star pass.
Star pass to Spread Eagle, now the jammer for the Chainsaws, as Felony goes through on a quick scoring pass. Looking to her bench, deciding if she wants to call it off, going ahead and doing so. And we will start with a blocker from each team in the box going
Let's
into
see this
jam
replay.
number 7. Oh, yes.
This is on with that
yep.
beautiful. Oh,
I said,
God.
get out of here.
And then able to stay in bounds after that hit. That is.
I wonder if
That's
it's a little
fun.
dizzy after that one. I think I would be.
There were several full 360s.
Yeah. On the line, we have Tropico Mecanica wearing the star for the Chainsaws and Brannon for Music City All-Stars. Brannon pushing out the Chainsaws defense first, but Tropi finding an opening on the inside line and picking up lead jammer.
One to beat here.
Oh, able to slide through around Delirium trigger there, completing an initial pass as Tropi comes back. Oh, Tropi picking up a penalty for a forearm call, delayed call there. So the actual lead jammer is Brannon, as Tropi picked up that penalty prior to lead being established. So power jam and lead jam status for Music City All-Stars, and a full contingent of blockers.
So we'll see here if they're going to keep it going or running out of time to give themselves a power start here. But looks like they're going to keep it going. Smart work by Texas there, keeping that pack moving, burning a little bit more time on that penalty. Trophy is standing in the box now and being released.
Chainsaws losing Metallica Breath to the box here. Metallica Breath now at 5 penalties as well. So we have a skater from each team in trouble. Ooh, Trophy shaking off that hit out of the box and forcing a recycle on Brannon there at the top as that jam comes to a close.
12-0 jam there, though, for Nashville. I was anticipating a clock stoppage. The first 7 jams have been kind of crazy.
Yep, it's time to definitely kind of rein it back in as we have that team timeout called by the Texas Chainsaws.
That's their second.
And this team timeout is brought to you by our wonderful officials, skaters, fans, and more. We could not have the weekend that we are having hosting Contenders Cup and Western Hemisphere Cup without you. So for all of you that have traveled in from afar, thank you so much for being here with us. For all of you fans watching at home, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting the stream. Dallas doing something quite unique, hosting a double tournament. I think I've heard a couple of folks say that that's never been done before. We've never had a league host 2 tournaments at the same time. So also a big shout out to Dallas. But again, thank you for all of you. We couldn't do this without you being here.
And this, I hope that you at home are enjoying this stream. It's one of the most incredible roller derby streams that I've had the pleasure of watching and also being a part of. So huge props to everyone involved in this broadcast. The graphic overlays for like power jams, the replay. There was a shoe cam at one point today.
Oh yeah, that's a big Dallas thing. So we have a couple officials who pride themselves on their footwear. The Ginger Ninja, who I think has mostly been on the other side this weekend, brings about 12 different shoes.
That's incredible.
Ripley out with lead jammer for the Music City All-Stars. Scrape Go with the star in hand for the Chainsaws, working through these blockers. Oh no, Ripley kind of running back into the back of Scrape there, knocking herself down, but however, Scrape Go will be heading to the box. I'm sorry, Ripley uses they, them pronouns. I apologize. As they come back into the pack here.
That
Beautiful
looks like the sleigh ride from the years of. That was a very. I'm aging myself here. That's like ancient YouTube, not even just ancient roller derby at this point.
The vine of roller derby, if you will, as Ripley gets out there, able to put 4 more points on the board here, giving a total of 8 points for Music City All-Stars. Holding Chainsaw scoreless and having a power start as Scapegoat still has a little bit of time left in the box here, receiving a track cut there during that jam.
Little conga line offense lining up here for Nashville. A little bit of a swing in the penalty pendulum in the second half. Music City sitting about 7, Texas at 12, and right now, power start.
Oh.
For, goodness gracious, for Nashville and for Rosie, who's having a fantastic game. I'm not looking at the spread right now, but I would say that Rosie's likely one of the top scoring jammers for the Music City All-Stars this game.
Absolutely. Averaging about 6.5 points. So about 6 points so that per jam. 57% lead.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. So we're going to see Scapegoat returning to the box here. Missed, so a cut, so came in a little too soon there when returning from the box, giving Rosie another 30 seconds here to put some points on the board and really take that distance away from the Chainsaws as we have about 16 and a half minutes left on the clock.
So, again, that reversal of fortune. We did see multiple penalty, jammer penalty jam in the first half going the other way, but Rosie given a big opportunity here to keep creating distance.
Distance and momentum for Music City All-Stars in this moment, but we're going to see a high block assessed to, okay, it was 2 blockers, double checking there. As Scapegoat returns from the box, out completing an initial pass as that jam comes to a close. So 12-point jam for Music City All-Stars. Excuse me, I believe it's a 14-point jam for Music City there. We will have a blocker in the box from Music City going into jam number 10.
Be the captain Smash, who I think am I making this up? No. Team announcer loved Smash's blocking so much in their game last night against Twin Valleys that we said you were the best one, the most valuable.
Love that. On the line here we have Truck Stop Trixie wearing the star. Sorry, I was very confused because I saw Tropi wearing the pivot. Felony, lead jammer for Music City All-Stars, as Truck Stop Trixie is able to get out of the pack, completing an initial.
Looks like Felony gonna accept that Tech's gonna put up those 4 points to let Smash out of the box, and then says, you know what, I could grab some more while I'm
Why
here.
not? May as well grab a few.
And let's burn off some time on the game clock, too.
That jam is going to come to a close. I think our penalty box might be clear for the first time in a hot minute. We are going to have 8 points on the board for Music City All-Stars, 4 for the Chainsaws. And we are definitely seeing the game penalty totals begin to climb, as Music City All-Stars have 27 total penalties throughout this game, but only 8 in this half, so really have calmed it down. Chainsaws with 29 in this game, only 13 in this half, but still kind of on the backside of that, as we see Spread Eagle starting as the jammer for the first time and quickly getting the lead. Big hit there by the Nashville blockers. Spread Eagle able to get out, quickly calling off that jam. I don't know if she was fast enough, though. Guillotine Grace conferring with our refs and confirming that Ripley is the jammer for this one, that the Nashville jammer did indeed put 4 points up on that pass. So 0-0 jam, more or less. 4-4, but 0-0 jam. Speedo wearing the star for the Chainsaws, Ripley for Music City All-Stars. Again, seeing a little bit of a swap here with the Texas lineup. So Tropi has taken the pivot in the last 2 jams and blocking quite well as she does so. She hit Ripley out there, recycling them to the back of the pack, giving Speedo the chance to get out and pick up lead jammer for the Chainsaws.
Tropi, a true 3-way player.
That was a huge hit on Ripley. Oh, beautiful work by Speedo, picking up quick 4 points on that outside line.
And Ripley did lose the pivot CLD to the penalty box, but able to cleanly get that initial pass complete there. So
Speedo going to pick up a back block there. They saw it, they knew they did it, but they were like, oh, crud. So power jam here for Ripley.
Who is a knock to the outside. I think that was Tropi.
Again, Tropi really doing triple-double damage here.
Doing it all. Tropi is such a blast to watch. Played on several teams in the past. Tropi plays for some, I think I've seen Tropi at some borderless tournaments.
I believe Tropi plays for Fuego Latino. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure she plays with Fuego.
All those teams head down to Louisiana for All-Stars every year, so that's where I know many of these skaters from.
Oh! Speedo coming in hot, but running straight into the powerhouse that is number 27 on Nashville, which is Jade Shark.
Jade Shark absorbing that hit entirely. Did not move a muscle, and now
we've had a star pass to Clearly Dangerous. Now the jammer for Music City up against Tropi with 1 to beat. However, they are going to win by pushing out the pack.
Forcing that call off. Blocker a piece in the penalty box here. I'm gonna wait. 10-4 jam. Here's a replay. Let's see what we got. Oh, that beautiful hit by Jade Shark.
Followed by, it goes.
There we go.
We had a beautiful hit from La Voodoo and then Jade Shark.
And then Jade Shark. I knew the Jade Shark one was coming. I don't think I saw the Lavuda one before that.
I missed the Lavudu's hit there too. It was also
Shout
great.
out to replay team for saying, I know there were 2 solid hits there.
And back to back, what a perfect replay. On the line, we have Rosie the Riveter out with lead jammer. Truck stop Trixie the jammer for the chainsaws, finding a little bit of space there. Beautiful juke to complete her initial pass as Rosie the Riveter is now in on a scoring pass, barreling into that Texas wall, trying to quickly call off that jam, but I believe we are going to see all 4 go up. So we had box points sitting there as we have 2 Nashville blockers in the box and 1 Texas blocker in the box, making that a 4-4 jam.
Nashville with 2 buckets after the last jam. Team time using their second team timeout. So now both of these teams with 2 clock stoppages, 1 team timeout, 1 official review.
That was a smart time to use that clock stoppage as now we have another blocker from Music City All-Stars at 5 penalties. So we have 2 that are in trouble there. Our penalties have jumped up a little bit with Music City All-Stars at 11, Chainsaws at 15, so 30 and 31 total penalties this game, respectively. Getting a little hectic out there, which I think is to be expected in a medal game. Texie's really trying hard to close that point differential. Nashville working really hard to maintain it. Seeing some big hits by both jammers and blockers.
And it has been a jammer showcase here. Lots of points being put up, 3 buckets all around, and just feels like it's been moving really fast.
Absolutely.
Had some fast packs. I found that all weekend too, and I think in general that's where things have been trending, the way that we've evolved into almost 100% of the time having 1 offensive blocker. It's moved the game a lot faster. Blockers moving faster, jammers having more opportunity to get out. And I, for one, enjoy it. I love some slow derby, but having a mix is always fun.
I'm a grindy derby girl myself, but like you said, a mix is fun. And you get to see quick escapes like that by Felony with lead jammer for Music City All-Stars. Spread Eagle wearing the star, well, holding the star right now to complete her initial pass. She did start as the jammer. Tropico Mecanica still wearing that pivot and wearing it well.
And it looks like Felony here opting to try to get Electric Boogaloo, the pivot, out of the box, who is now coming back onto the track. I do see 4 up in the air for Texas. I think we maybe got 1 on the last pass for.
Seeing the conference happening of refs there to discuss where hips actually passed. I do want to watch this. I feel like it's going to be the double apex jump. Yep,
1.
there's 1, and then there's 2.
Yay.
My heart stopped for just a second. I was
know.
really worried they were going to collide together. Brandon wearing the star for Music City All-Stars. Speedo for the Chainsaws. That last jam did come out at 10-4 in favor of Music City.
Oof, quick lead there, just sliding along that inside line.
Speedo almost out, but getting caught at the very last second by Elita 1.
Presence of mind, it was a close call, so always smarter to stay on the track and be able to pass the helmet cover.
Beautiful star pass there from Speedo to Delirium Trigger, the jammer of record. Oh, and Brandon in the box for a forearm. So Delirium Trigger on a power jam right now for Texas. Pack being bridged out here as Texas tries to maintain one of the Music City blockers. Speedo running up, providing some beautiful offense there for Delirium Trigger.
Once those 4 points, by the time those 4 points went up, Brandon standing, so only a few seconds here to capitalize on this power jam. With Delirium Trigger rising to the occasion, that's going to be a couple of points there, but
that was a great step juke from Brandon there as Brandon came out of the box, just hopped around the Texas blockers.
Looks like it's going to be another one of those high-scoring all-around kind of jams. We do have over 30 seconds left.
Delirium Trigger on a 3rd scoring pass. Brandon just finishing a 2nd scoring pass.
Ooh, nice little bit of balance there by Delirium Trigger. On 1 toe stop, managing to pull it back inbounds.
Okay, so a no pass was assessed there. Sorry, I was watching. I was like, those feet went out of
Yeah,
bounds.
yeah,
But
we both saw it.
the initiator also went out of bounds, leading to a no pass earned, so no penalty.
Someone's going somewhere, I thought.
I was very confused. That pivot went very far. You know, they were just wanting to have a good time. Oh, well, got in your own jammer's way. Sometimes that happens.
Friendly
And
fire.
I always tell my jammers, if I'm in your way, barrel me down.
Yeah, do whatever you want. Throw me. Ooh, that was, yep.
I turned out, oh no. Oh, a 16-16 jam there. So
That's the second time this has happened. A 2-minute, very high-scoring jam where it doesn't affect the score at all.
definitely has to hurt a little bit. Okay. Sorry, I got distracted as we have Legs McQueen on the track, I believe for the first time this half. He took some time to kind of chill after getting up to those penalties. Nashville willing to risk it in this moment because Legs is a very effective jammer for them, but it'll be truck stop Trixie out with lead jammer first. However, Legs eating up the track to catch back up.
Woof, and truck stop. Trixie only has 2 friends. Well, we do have 3 skaters in the penalty, but we're going to have another.
Yep, we're going to lose La Voodoo there for a out-of-play block. Kind of caught Legs McQueen there as he was coming out of that pack or engagement zone, causing him to stumble and fall. Truck stops Trixie coming in for a third scoring pass. Legs McQueen also coming in for his scoring pass.
And Trophy there was all alone for a moment. Oh, friendship. Trophy and Legs there sharing a smile at the end of the jam. This game is really intense.
Very much so. We now have 4 blockers at 5 penalties. So we have, 4 skaters, excuse me. We have 1 jammer at 5 penalties, which is Legs McQueen. Clearly Dangerous, who's been working as a pivot for Nashville with 5. La Voodoo for Texas, Metallica Breath for Texas are both at 5 now as well.
These penalties in the past several games.
Spread Eagle able to find some space getting out with lead. However, Rosie the Riveter also out very quickly behind. So now we have a little bit of a jammer race as our jammers charge towards that pack.
Pack moving fast as well. Fallen from the floor.
Let's see if Spread Eagle was able to pick up any points in that moment. She 1 point.
1-0 jam.
So that's going to bring our score right now 243 Music City All-Stars, 163 Chainsaws. We have about a little over 4 minutes left in this second game, and it's just been nonstop hits and skating the whole time. And we got 4 more minutes of it left with Scapegoat wearing the star here for the Texas Chainsaws up against Felony for Music City.
Oh, wow. Impressive balance there by Felony to stay in bounds. We do have Trophy as the pivot headed to the penalty box, so Scapegoat not getting any help here.
Oh,
wow.
Beautiful juke there by Felony. Now Texas coming back to try and get Scapegoat out of the pack. Scrape almost free on that outside line of that apex, but having some great defense played upon them by that Nashville blocker. I believe that is number 143, Qzilla.
Felony with a quick juke to the outside.
Able to get another scoring pass. That's going to be a 12-0 jam in favor of Music City All-Stars.
We have a team timeout being called, the last team timeout, right?
Yeah, it's being called by Music City All-Stars there. And this team timeout is brought to you by Thread, Sweat, and Tears. Thread, Sweat, and Tears creates custom apparel for teams and leagues that want gear that truly reflects them. From fully custom jerseys to merch stores and beyond, every piece is designed to reflect your team's identity while keeping quality, comfort, and community at the center. Thread, Sweat, and Tears is Derby owned and operated by Murda. And if you are here in venue over on the MRDA Western Hemisphere Cup side, she has a booth here with sizers. You can try them on, feel the material, get an idea if it's something for you. If you have questions about her sizing, or maybe you want a little extra in your sizing or something special, she's happy to do custom sizing for folks as she picks up more orders. Her designers do great work, no AI to be found, all custom work by a wonderful team. Again, skater owned and operated, Thread, Sweat, and Tears. Check them out.
And if you caught that replay a moment ago, we got to see that beautiful blocking from Qzilla, that with the apex jump in the background. I love these replays, are so perfect. They're really getting snippets where we can see multiple highlight reel shots at once.
So we're
Credit to the skaters
focusing
for
on
that too, I
one
guess.
thing. Yeah, absolutely. They're doing the work. We just get to comment on watching it after, and the great work on the stream team for finding those perfect moments. Truck Stop Trixie wearing the star for the Chainsaws up against Brandon for Music City All-Stars. Woo! Thoropi came out of the box with a vengeance, ready to try and keep this jammer in, but Brandon able to shake her off. But Truck Stop Trixie using that moment to escape herself, completing an initial pass. So we had jammers racing towards the pack here for points. Oh, beautiful dip there around. I believe that was Delirium Trigger for Brandon to put a quick 3 points on the board.
Replay here with that. There's Tropy just one-on-one clinic, and Tropy had come flying out of the box at the beginning of that jam.
Fast. All right, we have Rosie the Riveter wearing the star for Music City All-Stars, facing off against Spread Eagle, pivot turn jammer for this game for the Chainsaws.
Yeah, I like how Chainsaws have been switching it up with the jammers and the pivots. Just shows the versatility in their team, and there is the perfect example.
And it's paying off. Spread Eagle has been doing quite well getting out and getting lead, or at least getting out right behind the Music City All-Stars jammer. This time, however, Rosie the Riveter got out right behind Spread Eagle. Spread trying to get some points on the board and calling it off, waiting while these referees confer to make sure proper points are awarded and none are given that weren't actually earned.
Definite donut there for Nashville. I saw that fist in the air. We're winding down on the period clock, only about 90 seconds. Official timeout called here. They're still chatting about potential points on that last jam, I would guess, since we never saw a hand in the air from the jam ref. Big shout out to our refs.
Yeah, that's Aisha Lucy there talking with Dr. Math in the middle, trying to make sure, again, that proper points are awarded, or potentially discussing a penalty as well. Don't know, didn't hear any whistles, but maybe asking like, hey, is this a thing? We have a great ref crew on, like several ref crews here at this weekend. They do a great job of teaching each other as they go and taking feedback. It does seem like something is going to, or is being dropped off to the Chainsaws.
We really have a couple incredible crews down here, a ton of experience.
Several World Cup refs here.
Yeah.
All right, so we are going to see Spread Eagle report to the box as a jammer, waiting for our scoreboard here, or our penalty tracker here to update. Okay, there was a track cut right at the end of that jam. So we will have that power start for Music City All-Stars and Felony jamming for Nashville here.
So if Felony able to stay clean, which I hate to say that out loud, but I must, because there's 90 seconds on the clock. Well, 92. And so if Felony can stay clean, earn lead, it could be up to Felony how this game ends.
Absolutely. And Felony so far has a 91% lead gain here. Tropy trying to slow down Felony, but Felony did pick up that lead. So we have a little under a minute and a half left in this jam, and just over that left in this game. Oh, nope, I reversed it. We have 1 minute left on the period clock and a little over a minute and a half left in the jam. So just like you said, Bex, just kind of up to Felony here if we're going to have another jam, if we're going to run out this this jam clock. That will bring the power jam to a close as Spread Eagle is now on the track completing her initial pass.
Felony
caught up there on Metallica breath.
Has to keep it clean.
Beautiful spin around Thoropi on that outside line, but Spread Eagle also doing a beautiful outside line dance to get through. Both jammers now have points on the board. We see about 30 seconds left in the period clock. Oh, I saw Felony think about it. She thought about calling it, and I think she saw the clock and was like, oh no, we may as well run this out. Oh, big hit there on Spread Eagle, by number 1976, who will, that is Electric Boogaloo, who will unfortunately report to the penalty box for their crimes. But it's okay, we all commit crimes sometimes.
We do.
Spread Eagle coming in hot, getting caught up actually on Felony there. Little jammer on jammer action. Felony watching that clock, deciding to call that jam as the period clock ran out. Right now our unofficial score is 270 Music City All-Stars, 174 Texas Chainsaws. We have to wait for that rolling whistle for it to be official. But I think it's probably safe to say our bronze medal will be going to Music City All-Stars. Great game to be had by all skaters.
Fantastic game. Again, both of these teams did not get a bye. They both played 3 games, overperformed for the whole weekend. Neither of them lost by much in the semifinal games. It could have gone either way in both of those games. So well deserved to be in this bronze medal game. Those will be handed out at 6 p.m. Central Time.
Make sure you tune in for that award ceremony, and that rolling whistle did go. So congratulations to the Music City All-Stars. 270 points on the board to the Chainsaws, 174. Our bronze medal winners for this weekend for Contenders Cup 2026.
The inaugural
Contenders Cup. And trust me, we want to host another. Also, for those of you who love seeing this level of gameplay at these level of teams, tell your WFTDA rep, bring back D2.
Bring back D2. I have been saying 4 years, D2 level play is so fun, and it's an opportunity to see some of these leagues from maybe smaller cities where you don't have as many people coming into the league, into the city, homegrown skaters,
and
smaller city skaters.
Tons of talent.
Tons of organic talent. It has been a blast. Almost every single game has been close. Bring back D2. Contenders Cup, in my opinion, we're not even done. Massive success. Speaking of not being done.
I'm just now looking because I know who the next game is, but my brain is
do.
telling me I don't. Please tell.
It's the battle of the DMV. 2 Virginia teams.
That's what it is. Yep.
It's going to be Twin Valleys Roller Derby of Christiansburg, I believe, Virginia, which is
I'll take your word on it.
Shenandoah Valley area against River City, originating from, of course, the capital, Richmond, Virginia. But it's going to be fantastic. These teams have met, I think, only once, interestingly, in the past 2 years, despite being from the same region.
Exactly. Incredibly funny.
Although Virginia is big.
Fair. It is a very large state. And I mean, it's the same thing here in Texas. There are teams that, as a member of Dallas, I have never played or have only seen maybe once when we hosted Governor's Cup last year. So, yeah, it makes sense. All right. Now is your time. You have probably about 20 minutes before this game gets started. Go get your snacks. Go get a drink. Run to the restroom. Let your dog out. Stretch. Do all the things you need and take care of yourself and be back here. Don't miss this gold medal game for Contenders Cup 2026. I'm Huckleberry Jen.
I am Belligerent Bex. It has been a pleasure.
It's been a great time. See you all soon.